What a game we witnessed once again in IPL 2021. If you're an RCB fan, you must be cock-a-hoop right now with them sitting, of course, top of the table. We'll tell you all of this and much more in terms of what came along on this terrific Tuesday with Saba Karim in this match review in Criclytics Man vs. Machine. Yes, here we are in the colour red, at least I am. In red face is Saba Karim with his stinging 1-0 not just not to the robot, but of course his team Delhi Capitals as well. Saba, you have to take that one on the chin, I'm sorry.
You can gloat today as much as possible, Avnish, but we will get back. Just wait for Delhi Capitals to hit back soon. Yeah, but such a pulsating encounter. Really enjoyed it so much. At one point, I thought that Delhi Capitals are out of the game. But hats off to both Hetmyer and Rishabh Pant. They clawed back. It was such a superb partnership. They almost made it. Last over was bowled quite well by Siraj, and that is one reason why I thought Delhi Capitals just couldn't make it.
Yeah, it was weird because I've never seen a bowler celebrate after being hit for 4, and Siraj was just thankful it didn't cross the boundary. And I'm telling you, so all across Bangalore there were hearts beating at the rates of knots. Thanks for, of course, the 1-run generous win you've given us. But jokes apart though, where were the game-changing overs? Because AB de Villiers went ballistic against Stoinis. Was that a tactical blunder from Rishabh Pant, or was it, for example, that Hetmyer carting Jameson for 3 sixes to put Delhi back into the game? What was a more defining game moment?
No, it has to be the last over bowled by Marcus Stoinis, in which he conceded 23 runs. But these things do happen, especially when you're up against a superb player like AB de Villiers, the best in the business at this stage, in such a fine form. It's not easy to bowl to him. And before him, also so many top class bowlers have perished in the same manner. And this is what Rishabh Pant has to learn, and he will as the game progresses or as the season progresses. And I thought that was a defining moment in today's game. But I still felt that at halfway stage, 172 chase on a wicket like this was quite a feasible target for Delhi Capitals. They lost out because they lost far too many wickets in the power play, and then it became very difficult for them as the asking rate kept going up.
Yeah, that was my next question really. The fact that it was going to be 170, 175 as a par, but no dew. Were you surprised, Saba?
Oh yes, in a big way, Avnish, because that is one reason why Delhi Capitals decided to field first, because they must have watched yesterday's game and they realized that one gets so much of dew in this Ahmedabad ground, and the track becomes so easy for batting. But somehow today, I think because the sandstorm, there was no dew at all on the wicket, and it became that is why it wasn't so easy for the Delhi Capitals batsmen to get going. And I think that was precisely the reason why RCB were able to put one across Delhi Capitals today.
Yeah, and talk about the various subplots in this grander narrative. You had Daniel Sams and Harshal Patel playing for Delhi last season, but involved in the thick of things in this match. Shimron Hetmyer and ex-RCB playing for Delhi. It was all sorts of things going on. And not to forget, Rishabh Pant's slowest 50 in his IPL career, which is not something which will go down really well with him or his fans, but that's how it was, of course. Let's go down to the Criclytics Man vs. Machine predictions and talk about Saba's 1-0 devastating defeat. But we've made it 1-1 because I'm super kind and Akshar Patel is the all-rounder. We'll give you the points, Saba. But batsman-wise, of course, you called Shikhar Dhawan, Criclytics called Shikhar Dhawan. It was Shimron Hetmyer. Talk to me about what kind of innings he just went out and played.
I think this is the reason why Delhi Capitals, they want Shimron Hetmyer in the 11, because he adds so much of muscle in the middle overs as a middle order bat. And Hetmyer today, I think for the first time this season, proved his worth. And because of his power hitting in the death overs, Delhi Capitals almost made it. If he had more strike in the last over against Mohammad Siraj, there is a strong possibility that he could have done it for Delhi Capitals. But these things do happen. But I think this would give immense confidence not only to Hetmyer but also to Delhi Capitals, that in such a stiff chase you have someone like Hetmyer who can do wonders for your side.
Absolutely, Saba. I completely agree with you in that regard. Let's talk on to the bowlers, of course, and there were quite a few to choose from. Ultimately, it was Harshal Patel again. The rate he's going at. He might even become the highest ever wicket taker in a season for a bowler. 17 is what he's got right now. He got 2 critical ones, one of Stoinis as well. A word on him, please.
Yeah, well, his wicket-taking ability has really gone up. He picks up almost 2 to 3 wickets per game, and that is remarkable. And what was also fascinating was after the kind of flack he received in the last game, for him to come back and bowl again in such a precise manner, such a miserly manner, was fantastic to watch. And I think all this can happen if you have immense support from your captain and the team management. And I felt today Harshal Patel bowled again with so much of confidence. He was up against some strong power hitters like Rishabh Pant and Hetmeyer, but still he maintained his cool and bowled some wonderful Yorkers. And I think he, along with Kyle Jamieson, except for that penultimate over, I think both of them were exceptional today.
Yeah, it's not very often that you hear an expert or a pundit speak highly of RCB's death bowling, but such are the times right now. And Saba, let's move on, of course, to the all-rounders, and I'll just brief the audience here. Now, Saba went for, of course, Akshar Patel. The Criclytics called it very wrong in this one, went for Shahbaz Ahmed, who didn't even play. But the question here is, the real winner was Washington Sundar, according to the Criclytics report card. But we'll give Saba the point here, and I say that considering Akshar Patel got that critical wicket as well. So Saba, you came back 1-1 here. So we'll move on to the wicket-keepers, because all-rounders was not really a talking point. The wicket-keepers though, AB de Villiers, how many times has he pulled RCB out of a fire? 40th IPL 50. I'm running short of adjectives to describe this man, alright?
Avnish, I think most of the cricket experts or all the former cricketers, including me, I feel honoured and privileged to watch AB de Villiers in action. He's such a superb player. He's a multi-format player. He's the number one. I would rate him number one in all 3 formats. The way he has batted over the past so many years, and today again was a one-of-a-kind innings. Delhi Capitals were on top. I think if the AB de Villiers storm had not hit them, I think before AB de Villiers came into bat, it seemed that Delhi Capitals were dominating. But he paced his innings so well. He wanted to remain right till the end, because he realized that if he bats more and more deeper into the game, then he gains more confidence, and then on the other side, opposition bowlers start to panic, and that's what eventually happened. He picks the gap so well. He's got so many shots to play, and one has described his batting in so many different with so many different adjectives. But I think the biggest compliment one can think of is when he bats like this. Even the opponents start to applaud for him, and I think that's the best compliment one can even think of for AB de Villiers. Yes, it's good to see them come back after the thrashing they received from CSK. And I'm trying to reiterate that word, thrashing, just to give you the shock once more, so that you don't forget that loss. But good to see them come back, and I was very happy to see Rajat Patidar coming into bat at number 3. And I think that's what we talked about in the preview show, Avnish, if you remember, that they need to bolster the batting. And I was glad that they went back to a youngster, Rajat Patidar, who had done very well for his state side in the domestic tournament. So good to see youngsters being backed by the RCB management, and I think because they got the combination right, and they were able to play up to the potential, especially because of the partnership with AB de Villiers and Rajat Patidar. But it was heartening to note that RCB has come back, and I think this season, you never know, Abnish. You need to pray more. RCB may just lift the IPL this season.
Yep, you make some fascinating points, Saba, and I'll take that, but you have to take the defeat in the chin. We'll see you in the next one, but until then, guys, join us on cricket.com and all our platforms, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. It's me, Avnish Hegde, saying goodbye.